Hello, my name is Jessica Apple, and this is my formal observation for my practicum log. And I'm here with my curriculum specialist at Mesa Verde, and we're going to talk about our CHAMPS, which is our behavior intervention plan that we've been doing for the past 2 years, and we're fixing to start year 3. So we're going to talk about how it's gone and our plans for this upcoming year. Better. See? Okay, so what actions did you take to support the implementation of the plan?
Well, mostly I was kind of the scheduler. So whenever we would meet as our committee, I would take the notes, and whatever times we were going to meet, I would send out the invites. And I also coordinated the observations when the teachers went into when we were calibrating last year with our trainer team, and I would make the schedules for that. Made the copies for everybody to have their forms to write on. Really, that's it, I think.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But that's what I do, kind of the background stuff.
But you're also like one of the leaders on campus, and you're responsible for seeing the big picture of things.
Yeah.
And how it all progresses academically. And you just kind of see it behaviorally now, too, now that we're focusing on it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really hard to separate the academics from the behavior, because what I see in classrooms is sometimes if the lesson isn't going well, it's the cause of it is some kind of behavioral structure, procedure not going smoothly. So it's kind of been interesting to see that connection just from what we started doing last year.
How effective do you think our CHAMPS has been at adapting to our behavior problems and our academics?
I think it's been massive. In fact, I don't know exactly the number, but I do know last year we had less office referrals than the previous year, which that's never happened in the 6 years that I've been here. They've always been more. That's always been our goal since I've been here, to get the behavior office referrals down from the previous year, and I think last year we actually achieved that. I don't know by how many, I can't remember.
I think Jenny was saying like about 100.
Yeah.
And I saw Erin at the WT band camp.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking about that. I said, it's like 100. And she goes, it's a little more than 100.
Yeah, and I think it all has to do with implementing CHAMPS and getting everybody on the same page. And I think, too, last year when we took teachers in to watch other teachers, just seeing how that clicks. Because you know what's happening in your own classroom, but you don't always know what's happening everywhere else. And I think that is really important for teachers to see that it's working in other classrooms. And I think that was pretty amazing.
I know, I remember being in kinder and them always talk, and we would go watch other teachers for like a certain concept.
Right.
But then we would go back and talk about it. We'd be like, did you see how they did this?
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's not what we're supposed to be talking about. However, that will help me more than the concept.
Because like I was saying, it's all connected. So, yeah, I love that. I wish we could set, and maybe this is what we want to talk about for this year, setting up a thing where everybody can have time in other classrooms at some point during the year. I don't know how we would do that, because that, it takes a planning period, and those are precious time. So, but I just think it's really eye-opening to see.
I do too. Mm-hmm. Even with just calibrating, like it makes you think about yourself a lot more, and taking some. I think I took something from everybody.
Yeah.
Whether what to do or what not to do. Do you think that using CHAMPS helped our student learning? I know we went from C to B this year.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I just really think with some of the trainings that I've been to, and they're talking about cognitive load, if your routines and procedures are so ingrained in the kids, even if it's like, this is how turn and talk works, or this is how cold call works, or any of those things, or this is how our oral segmenting skills part goes in the little grades, then the kids don't have to think about that. They can just focus on the content, because they're not having to, what's she going to do? Is she going to call on us? Am I supposed to be listening? Is my friend listening? You know what I mean? It takes a lot of that out, so they can just focus on, I have to break this word into the sounds. Like, that's all we're doing. So I'm going to listen to the sounds, because I know it's the same order every single time how we do it. So I really think it's been really helpful.
That is one thing that I want to learn more because I've heard it and Jenny's talked about it and I've heard it through Morgan is the cold calls.
Oh, uh-huh.
I would like to see that, like, do well. Just because during my T-test, that was one of the things that could move me up a level.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how to organize that well.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to see.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Jenny and I have talked about is a lot of those means of participation strategies that we're using in reading are so doable in math. And all of the trainings that the district has provided or sent teachers to or anything, they're always connected to reading, academic content areas. But really, means of participation is just how are your kids interacting with you. So it really would work. So I think that's on Jenny's plate for this year is to get some of that into math. Because I know that I don't have to tell you this as a math teacher, math is struggling as far as what's available out there. We kind of have to build our own thing for math, and that's what we're going to do because it works for everybody.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited that the focus is switching to math a little now that we've got reading kind of under. But reading has been more, because reading's part of math too, so it's so important to solidify that reading's part.
Mm-hmm.
So as a coach, how do you handle the different personalities of teachers to coach them well? Like, how do you balance that?
Well, what I remember from being in the classroom is I don't want somebody coming in and telling me like what went wrong. So I really try not to do that because you always know when stuff goes wrong. When you're the teacher, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. So nobody needs me telling them what went wrong. And so that's how I usually start off my coaching sessions is just, how do you think your lesson went? Like what went well? I always want to start off with the positive. And I always have a huge list of things that went well. And so I start off with that. But the problem, I let the teachers come up with that. Because they know. They're like, oh my gosh, I thought this procedure was going to go well for handing out manipulatives and it totally bombed. And so then that's what we talk about. Or so-and-so was completely out of control today and dominated my lesson. So that's what we talk about. So I really try to let it be teacher-led, and then that kind of works for all personalities.
Have you ever been in a situation where a teacher brings you a problem and you're not sure how to help coach that?
Oh, yeah. A lot of times.
Okay.
So I am real good about, I don't know how to help that, but I know somebody that I can ask. So that's a lot of times what I do. So.
And you're really good about following up too, like as a teacher, from a teacher standpoint.
Oh, thank you.
So that's always really nice. And it's quick too.
Yeah.
It's not like I have to come in, hey, did you hear from so-and-so yet?
No. I know, because like the problems that teachers bring up, it's like because so much of teaching is like right now, and feedback, it's not going to help you a week later. And so, because you've probably already taught like 6 more lessons in a week. So that one particular lesson or whatever happened in it, it's hard to remember what happened. So I just like my coaching cycle to be really quick turnaround just for that reason, because whatever we talk about, I know everybody in this building is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Because that's how we are.
Yeah.
That's why, that's why we're here. We're not here to just be like, oh, that was terrible, so whatever. I mean, we're action people.
Yes.
So, yeah. I just like it to be more of a collaboration between me and the teacher, because it's not me. It's not me saying, oh my God, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is how it should be, and why isn't it like that? Like, that's not a collaboration at all. So I really try not to do that. There are some times when I go in a classroom and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many things. But that also helps when the teacher picks the thing, because that's what they're worried about. And so if they pick the problem and we talk about it, they're more likely to go back and fix that one thing, instead of me saying, well, this was actually the problem. And then if they don't think that was the problem, they're not going to do what we talked about.
Yeah.
So there's more buy-in that way.
Was it hard stepping into your role as a coaching? And because I think now it's easier when we have newer people come in because you're already established. Was it hard coming in?
It was, because number one, I didn't really know what I was supposed to do. Like, I knew what my cast did at my campus, but then it wasn't Jenny that was here, and she didn't have the cast set up that way. So it was really hard for me to just kind of even feel like, what was I supposed to be doing? So that was kind of hard. But then last year, when the district really shifted our role into coaching, and they started training us on how to do it, then that was really helpful. And the other thing is, I didn't want to try to go in when people didn't want coaching, because it wasn't really mandated that I coached everybody. So I kind of tried to go with my previous cast said go with the goers. Like, that's what her saying was. So I would just, hey, are you interested in meeting with me? Or last year we had to turn in some recordings. And so I would say, do you mind if I record and like come do a thing? And then I think the word kind of spread that, oh, she's not like out to get us. And so then more people kind of were open to it. So I kind of let it do like that.
I think it's nice that you're not like our evaluator. You're
Yes.
not our appraiser and
Mhm.
responsible for walkthroughs.
Yeah.
That it's less, I don't know, threatening. Like,
Mhm.
not threatening, but like that pressure.
Yeah.
It really is about growth. Even though that's Jenny and Aaron's job too,
Yeah.
it's more formal, it feels.
Yeah, I try to, and especially this year when I coach people, I really want them to set a goal. And, there's a T-test goal that you guys all set. And I really want whatever we coach to be that. Or, you know what I mean? Like something to help them grow in their T-tests. Because to me, that seems more helpful for teachers instead of just some random. I don't think we're on our campus. We're not learning how to implement curriculum anymore. We're trying to make ourselves better and move up that T-test rubric, I guess it is. So that's kind of going to be my focus this year. Is what do you want to work on from your last year's T-test? And how can I help you do that? So. But when I first came here and I would go in classrooms, people thought I was there to tattle. Like, they thought I was the principal's spy. And that could have been from previous people that had been on the campus. Like, maybe that was their role or how they
before
attempted that. So I really
think-
had to break down that barrier. And it took a long time, because then we implemented the curriculum. And I really did have to go in, not to tattle, but I had to turn stuff in for the pilot. And it just caused some problems. So,
Well, I don't know if I don't think you were cast yet, but it was that year where 3 casts had to come together with their big binders and walk into classrooms and
Yeah.
dissect every little thing you were doing.
yeah. And I think
So
that
I think that
broke
was
some
right
trust.
before you. Yeah, it did.
Yes, because it was happening on my campus also when I was in the classroom. So it was like a district thing, and we were all like, what the heck? And my cast even was like, I'm not doing it.
Oh, our cast is like, I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah. So it wasn't a good plan, and it wasn't rolled out in a good way. And it really did kind of make teacher versus cast, like, it was a bad relationship, but it was like nobody's fault really. It was just how that got pushed down. So I really like how it is now, where it's more of a collaboration, it's more of a conversation. And like you said, it's not threatening. I hardly ever tell Aaron and Jenny what we talk about in coaching, unless I'm like, oh my God, I saw the coolest thing today. That's usually what I tell them,
Yeah.
So it's not a tattle spy relationship. I try to cultivate just like, this is us, and what we do in here is just to make you better. And then when they come in the classroom for their T-test observations or a walkthrough or whatever, I hope that they see like some of those things that the teachers have been working on. So that's my goal. But it was hard to get there. But I feel like last year it was really the best year of how things went.
I think so too.
Yeah. So I'm excited for this year.
I am too. I'm excited for a lot of different reasons,
Mhm.
but I had a follow-up, but I don't remember what it was now. Just because I was
Okay.
curious.
If you think about it.
Yeah, I was
think about
curious.
it.
It wasn't a like real. It was just me wanting to know things. Okay, so our first year of Champs was kind of just implementation, and last year we focused more on the elements of Champs at the beginning, and then we did coaching calibrations for this upcoming year. And I know we talked with Jenny a little bit about you guys being more involved in the newer teachers, especially since 2 of our grade levels had a huge turnover.
Yeah.
And one of our calibration coaches left.
Right. So I think that a replacement for Courtney would probably be somewhere to start. I think Jenny and Aaron were thinking maybe Julian would be good.
I think Julie would be good just because I think it'll help make her team stronger and her stronger.
Yeah, I agree. So, who is on the calibration team? For some reason, I don't have a list in my notes. That's weird, right?
It is weird.
Oh, wait, here it is.
I was like, I thought you wrote it down.
I did. But that's not like me to not write it down. Okay. So, we have first grade, we have Janice. And third grade, we have you. And fifth grade, we have Elvira. And then if we add Julian, let's see. I really wish we could have another little grade.
I know. Barbara said no.
Yeah.
And the only other person that was really on the committee would be Ellen.
Yeah.
And
Unless we asked Autumn. Autumn's her classroom management's really strong.
that was one of the, like, everyone was so worried when we went into Calibrate to see pre-K.
I know.
And I was like, it's going to be the best one. I guarantee it'll be the best one we watch today.
I know. Isn't it crazy? Everybody's so like pre-K, but they got stuff rocking and rolling down there. So, okay. So we got Janice, Elvira, you, me, Shelby, sometimes when she can come. I don't know what her situation's going to be this year, so I'm just going to put a question mark by her. And then, who else? I already forgot. I'm tired of flipping.
Elvira, we're thinking about adding Julian, me, you, and Janice.
Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 teachers.
Yeah. I think that's a lot. I think that's plenty.
Okay. You don't think we need another little grade?
It would be nice, but I don't know who else we would.
Yeah.
Is the
So
only
we've
problem.
got first grade, fifth grade, third grade, fourth grade. I think that's okay. We can always add later.
Yeah.
So I think probably this year, I think we talked a little bit having the first 6 weeks be like a calibration.
Mm-hmm.
But then I can't remember what we decided to do after that.
I think my biggest thing is, like, how do we introduce the coach? Like, I know we'll have to do something during professional development before school starts to talk about champs and our data and the expectations since we have new people on campus.
Mm-hmm.
But then how do we introduce the coaching?
Let's see. I'm writing before school PD. So new teachers, do you think they should have a different training or they should just, because I think we're probably going to review with everybody.
Yeah, I figure,
So I think
that is the expectation that we have.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Right. I don't want to put new and old teachers. I'm putting new and previous teachers.
Old teachers.
And old teachers. Okay, let's see. Just review champs. And expectations for champs.
I'm not sure how Jenny will want to do that. Because I think that'll be up to her, too.
Yeah, I think she has it on the calendar or on her notes for planning. But then, so you're talking about, how are we going to do that? Are we going to, so let's say the team goes in, observes with the basic 5 form, right? And then do we give the teachers that form? Like, here's what we noticed in your classroom, or do you want me to debrief with them? Because I think it's going to be hard for teachers to debrief, like the teacher team to debrief with the teacher. So I didn't know how we wanted that to look.
I know, that's what yeah.
Yeah. And I don't mind doing it. It's easier for me because I have a more flexible schedule.
Well, and I thought it would be a little bit more of, like, during the coaches' planning, like once a week, they could go see somebody and enter the data in.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that way it's not a whole bunch of people coming in at once.
Yeah.
And that way we just have campus-wide data in that form on a spreadsheet, and we can see kind of where we all are in fall.
Yeah, and I thought, because teachers want to know what you thought.
Yes,
and
it drives me crazy whenever someone comes and I don't ever hear it. I'm like...
Right. And I think that system that you had whenever you left a sticky note, I think we could just keep doing that. Like, that could be the feedback, is the sticky note. I don't think it has to be, like, in person. Do you think? So, like, let's say Janice on her planning period goes and observes Haley and then fills out the form and then leaves Haley, like, a sticky note, like, oh, my God, I loved whatever. And then enters the data. And then, like, that's it.
I think that'd be good.
Okay.
And then we can see who really needs debriefing and coaching. And
yeah, and if there's a big problem, if Janice would be like, hey, I went in Haley's room and this is what happened, I mean, maybe we can come up with a plan of how to address that. But I don't know that there's going to be anything like
major
super serious. Yeah,
I think it'll just be increasing our 3-to-1s and our opportunities as a campus. Or
yeah, and it might be like, okay, I've been in Haley's room 4 times. This is the same thing that we've talked about, and like she needs some help. And then that could be something that I just notice the next time I coach that teacher.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, okay. All right. So, coach goes during planning. To anyone, or are we going to have scheduled?
I think it should be scheduled.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like
we don't want anybody to get missed.
Yeah, and we don't want the same person to get, like, if we're all going and I go see the same person as everybody else, and we didn't know that we all went and saw Morgan, all 4 of us, and they would be like,
everybody came in. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. So, coach goes during planning and to scheduled teacher, and I can make a schedule. That's easy.
And that way we get different data on teachers too, different times of the day.
Yeah.
Like, eventually,
to avoid multiple within a week. Or even a day. That would be crazy. Okay. And then coach leaves a sticky note. Or they can put it in their box. I like to think about it before I write my sticky notes. I'm never really good about writing it in the moment.
That was really hard for me.
Yeah. I'll just say or put in box.
And then if I know that sticky note's there, I don't care what I'm doing, I go read it right then.
Yeah. And I'll just put positive focus. I think if all the sticky notes are really positive.
Yeah. It'll encourage that it's not a got you.
And if the teachers want to know, hey, what do you think I could work on? Then they could go to that coach, like on their planning period or something. You could just leave it up to the teacher, because they might be like, oh, they're just here to observe me and I'm good with that. But there's some people that are like, I really need to know what I need to work on.
Yeah.
So But if you're not ready for that, and it's like your ratio of interaction is super low, come see me. That like rattles you.
And then you think about it, like I just worry about it.
Yeah.
I hate, Jenny's done it where come see me when you can. No, absolutely not. You know when I can? Watch my class.
Yeah, right now. Right now. I know. I remember that too. And it's never anything bad, but why do we think that? Why do we think, oh my God, we're in trouble? Why is that our first thought? What does that say about our childhoods?
I know. We had high expectations from people as children.
I guess. Okay, teacher can ask coach for feedback meeting. We'll just call it that, if they want.
So that'll be something we have to add at the beginning.
Yeah.
To let teachers know we're moving into this model.
Yeah.
Let everyone. We're moving into more of a coaching model this year.
Yeah. Well, it's really not, I mean, it's not really coaching if you don't have like the feedback piece, but
I know. I'm just like the data, maybe data collection.
Yeah,
that we're going into more.
Let's call it that. Data collection. I like that. And we can tell them that the data collection is, because I think that's what we talked about. The data collection should drive our PD during the year on those PD days. Mm-hmm. And we can just tell them that. Because we have a form, we're entering the data from all the observations, and when we see, oh my gosh, 80% of the teachers are rocking ratio of interaction, but like 20% are rocking the opportunities to respond. And we'll be like, that's where we're going to focus.
Yeah.
So I think everybody would be open to that. Okay, so they go in during their planning. They're leaving a sticky note. The teacher can ask for feedback if they want. The coach enters the data into that Google form, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. If they want, do you remember how when we would all come debrief? But now we're doing it on our own. So if they want to talk about any of that, what do you think that we should make an opportunity for that, or that just we trust you, enter it?
I want to say that it would be, I think we should do it together, and that way we can look at data right then.
Mm-hmm. So maybe
talk about what we're seeing, or if we need to schedule more times for certain teachers.
What if we do like a every 3 week after school meeting, and then everybody just brings their stuff?
Mm-hmm. And if they enter it before, that's great. And if not, then we're going to give it to you.
Okay.
We're going to give you time, and then we want to discuss the data.
Is 3 weeks too often?
I thought 3 weeks was good.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. Every 3 weeks, meet after school as a team. Can discuss and enter, or enter on your own. Check in with data as a team. Okay, and then the last step will just be use data to plan PD. And I can look on the calendar of whatever those PD days are through the year. Those are probably the ones that we're going to use.
Yeah.
And if there's a big gap of time in between those, Jenny can do like a Monday
staff meeting, since that's what they're...
Yeah. Okay, I like it. And I think the more transparent we are with the teachers about the process, then they'll know what to expect. I just think that's better.
Yeah, and we spent so much time the first semester last year going over the 3-to-1 and the opportunities and tracking disruptions. And so I think they'll and be like, this is what we're tracking. This is the form we use.
Yeah, that's true. Give them the form that we're going to use. so they can see it's not anything new.
Yeah, and it's not anything personal. Like,
Right.
we're not judging.
Yeah, because it's anonymous when we put it in there, isn't it? Did I put on the Google form? I
No,
don't
you
remember.
put teacher names.
I put teacher
but
names.
we
That
can
was just
get
for us.
Yeah, but we can get rid of that if
Yeah.
we want to show everybody. Like, this is just campus-wide data.
Mhm.
These are the observations. This is what we're seeing.
And I know Erin is used to looking at those where the data comes in on a Google form and making in those little pie graphs.
I know she's excellent.
And we can, on those PD days, that's how we can start. We can be like, here's the data so far this year. And then we can say, you can see this area of need. That's what we're going to talk about today. But I just really think being open with the teachers is really like the best way to go.
I do too, because then it takes a lot of pressure off the teachers,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a got you. And I think it's nice that it's teachers doing it too.
Yeah. And they might, when we first give them the form, they might have one that they know they need to work on already. And they can start looking at it strategically, really. Because they know, like, let's say I'm really not good at opportunities to respond, but I know they're going to come watch for that, so I'm going to work on that in my lesson internalization, because that's where you plan it out. So I don't know. I think it'll just be good.
I think so too. And I always think of mine. Mine's always the 3-to-1. It's
Yeah.
just hard to get.
It is hard.
I think that's the hardest one.
It is, and especially when we're trying to get through a lesson. But then when you think about, we've talked about this because I was practicing it in the cafeteria, that all you have to do is say, thank you, good job, like just start putting those things in there and not always be corrective.
Yeah.
But it's hard because that's what you focus on, because you're like,
A teacher.
yeah. I don't know why it's so easy to just be so corrective all the time and then forget about all the kids that are doing what they're supposed to, you know? So, yeah. There's just those little tweaks you can do, but it's just getting them in the front of your mind where they're always there. Okay, so we're going to give teachers the form. We can explain the coaching, or the data collection, I should say. Explain how it's going to work. I think they need to know the why we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think anybody's going to be like, that's not a good reason. You know what I mean? And we can also tie it into their T-test, because, you know, it's in there.
It's a big component.
Yeah, and we can print that part off of the rubric and put that on there.
Yeah, because it goes with like almost all of them. Like monitoring and adjusting is your opportunities to respond.
Yeah.
Your school, your culture, your classroom environment is the 3-to-1. Like, it's huge.
Yeah. I haven't looked at that rubric in a long time because I don't ever evaluate anybody. I just know it's in there. And the other thing is internalizing lessons is in there.
Now, yeah,
So-
they've recreated the whole first part to move from teacher planning to internalization.
Yeah. And a lot of that means of participation and everything comes up in there. But means of participation is opportunities to respond, honestly. So really everything's all connected.
I know.
So that's why I think it'll be easy to pull that means of participation into math teachers. So
I think so too. I'm excited.
yeah. So, okay, I think we have a good plan.
And then if you see a big need, you'll go in to the classrooms and do it yourself and be like,
I'll take care of that.
you'll be the coach. You
yeah,
are the
I'll be
coach.
Y'all are the data collectors. But I like calling y'all coaches too.
But I think we are when we do the PD part,
Yeah.
when we look at data and dissect it, and we go as a whole campus and be.
So I think that you guys, the teachers, should do like y'all did last year, the PD. Like, I don't think that should be me. I think that should be you guys planning those and doing the like the reviewing the champs. I think that should be you guys and Jenny, and like just teaching all of that. I think that should be from you guys. I think it means more from the teachers. So
Yeah, I think it was really good how we started champs.
mm-hmm.
Like, with a group of teachers being like, we think this is good and this is why.
And then I can just be like the scheduler person. So I can make.
You always make it sound like you're like not part of anything, and I'm like,
Well,
you're like the biggest thing. Like you're like the glue
okay,
that holds everything, the whole campus.
But I'm like the behind the scenes person. It's like I always think my job is like being a mom. Like all the things that make a family run smooth is because the mom is setting up procedures, and this is how we do the kitchen, and this is how we do the meals, or whatever. But nobody ever really notices. They're just like, oh, we have food in the refrigerator. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's, to me, that's what my job up here is like. It's like I'm the background person that's making all the schedules and the invites, and people just kind of like, oh, look, we've got all this, and like, oh, the goals are up there, and oh, the data. But it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I don't mind. Okay, and then this is you guys' feedback meeting, entering the data. Yeah. I'm just trying to highlight like what's my stuff to do. So, and I can make handouts or whatever explaining all of that. I can do that part if you want, or y'all can get together and do that. Okay, what else?
I'm glad you're going to be doing the coaching part now.
I know.
I was nervous about that part. I was like, I don't even know how to set that up.
Oh.
But I like that idea better. Like we're data, and if you see,
yeah,
or if we see something, we can be like, hey,
yeah,
you might want to come into this room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if it's just something that you saw, then maybe it was just a fluke that day. But if multiple people come and tell me about one teacher, then that's when I can.
Yeah.
Be like, or I'll just go in and see what I see, and like maybe it was just that one time, because you have a day, and they don't always do what you want when somebody's in there.
There are days. There are kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, my coaching idea for this year is to kind of get to all the teachers. Because Erin and Jenny, we used to split them up by grade levels, and they don't have time to do any of that. And so we can kind of see, like I was internalizing with second grade like every week last week, and I saw like huge improvement. And then some people were like I met with Guzman and Reed like the end of the year, because I was like, hey, let's just try this. And they were like, I wish we had done this all year. So I think me getting into everybody's classroom at least once. I have a little schedule breaking it into like week A, B, or C. And then the teachers that want more often can tell me, hey, come in more often. And the other ones that are like, I'm good with every once in a while. I think that's just how I'm going to do it. So, and then this stuff can be pulled into.
Yeah. Behind the scenes. No.
Yeah, behind the scenes. Behind the scenes.
And I like the idea of meeting with second and fourth grade, like vertical planning. I don't know how that's going to work, because that's such a tight.
Yeah. Do you?
It'll get lost if we do kinder through fifth.
I know.
And
there really is not the same focus at all, because once you get in the big grades, you're like star. Even if you're not doing star prep, you're like, it's always in the back of your mind. I
know from the beginning of the year, I'm thinking about how do I get them here by, and it moved up 2 weeks.
Yes. I know. When I was in a star grade, I always was trying to get all my TEKs taught like before Christmas, basically, when I was teaching writing. You can't really do that with math. But when I was teaching writing, I was like, I'm going to get all my TEKs taught before Christmas, and then we're reviewing. And I'm targeting the things that they struggled on in the first semester. But then when I went down to second grade, I was like, oh, I don't have to get all my TEKs taught till May. That was weird, because I was like the sense of urgency when I was trying to get it done before Christmas. And then in second grade, it was like, oh, I got more time.
It was a tough shift.
Yeah, because you've done both too.
Yeah, it was but I think it was, I don't know what, I think it was tough coming up and being, especially since I did Eureka and I didn't look ahead enough to realize that I needed to
Well, you couldn't. You didn't have time to look ahead, really, because you were just learning.
And it was 4 weeks before STAR, and I was like, I have like a module and a half I haven't taught.
Yeah. I think that'll be better. I think you're really going to like your new third grade math.
Yeah, I've been working on it. So,
Oh, you have? You looked at
yeah.
it? Good.
I'm almost through module 2, updating all the slides,
Okay, good.
which is good. It moved up. Anyway, never mind. That has nothing to do with anything. I'm like, there's been really good changes. I've enjoyed them.
Yeah, I knew you would like it. Because
So-
y'all's grade level was the struggling one, which you knew, because you were like, I have to keep adding in so much stuff.
And supplementing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm excited because then I think it helps us see the big picture more too.
I think that will help with the vertical teaming too, getting everybody to see the big picture instead of just the star grades. So, but even with you guys, that'll help a little bit.
But it's hard also just because our schedules will not be.
I know. You really just have to do it after school.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way around it. And that time is so valuable that you don't want to make it a waste of time.
Yeah.
You want it to be productive.
Which I don't mind because I think it'll be great because it's the hardest shift is this year is Morgan still had Laura
Yeah,
and I was by myself.
I know. The other problem too is like kinder and first grade have math and reading. So if we're pulling a vertical team for them and then for math and then a vertical team for reading, then they're doing double duty for everybody else that only has one subject. So
Yeah, we
that's
just
something.
focus on math this year.
I know we probably really just need to do math. We could just start with math.
Yeah, and see
like,
how
not
it
mess
goes.
with RLA. That's a good idea.
Since y'all are so with your, what is it? The reading program. The
reading reconsider stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
y'all have M class and y'all have no. They have.
Well, and you guys are going to have M class for math.
I know. I'm excited to see what that looks like, and I hope the groups will be better because I thought about even this morning. I was like, how can I make RTI better to where I'm already more productive at the beginning of the year
Yeah.
instead of focusing on these other things.
Yeah, and I think Jenny said she was going to try to get 1 tutor per grade level so they could be more of a push-in type situation, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. So we're going to have enough tutors, but
Or enough money.
yeah. So the vertical teams, are you thinking like kinder and first together, second and third, fourth and fifth? Would you, because you're third grade, would you want to be with fourth and fifth? I think it's important for second grade to hear from you, but I don't want to put you in 2 groups.
I don't know. I thought I would be in 2 groups.
Okay, you don't mind that?
No, because I
Okay.
was like, maybe if we could do like a 3-week cycle again,
Yeah.
and like the first week I meet with second grade, and then week 2 I meet with third grade or fourth grade. I don't know if that makes sense. That way you
Yes.
have enough time to meet with everybody.
Yeah. Okay, I'm writing a note that you're okay with 2 groups, so I didn't think I was being mean to you.
No, because I want to work with second to see where they're coming from.
I think pre-K needs to be with kinder. We gotta quit forgetting about pre-K.
And then I want to know what I can let go of a little bit in
Yeah.
third. Like, not let go of it, but not get it to the
Right.
mastery that I have, like, pushing certain things.
Yeah.
Because
So
they're
you'll be in the 4th and 5th group learning, and you'll be in the second grade group kind of sharing.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know how that schedule looks, but I don't mind doing it twice.
Okay. And I think I think Jenny would be totally fine with just working on math. To start.
Because everyone has a partner with ELA, even in the departmentalized.
Well, not 5th grade. But she's
She's gonna have Erin.
Well, not for curriculum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not for content. Like, she's new to the content, too, so she's going to be great.
She's excited.
She is excited.
She is so excited.
She is excited. Yeah.
That's all she talked about during summer school.
Yeah.
Like, she is thrilled.
Yeah. The day she came in and said, "Do you think she would let me?" She was, like, bouncing while
I
she was
know.
standing there. So I was like,
So-
you can ask. All she can do is say no.
Like, yeah, the worst thing
Yeah,
is
I mean, just ask.
it'll be
So,
fine, I promise.
Yeah. I like the idea of just starting with math. So.
And then if it works well, then we can add reading later.
Yeah. And it's really just pre-K, K, and first that would have to meet 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
We could even do a second and third a 3, 4, 5 for reading, and you'll leave the littles out.
Yeah, especially with new teachers in second,
Yeah.
it might be good.
And it might be good because the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade teachers with their partner person, it was kind of hard to, like Lydia would have questions, and it was probably better that she and Laura worked.
Yeah, that
On that
was,
than
yeah,
me.
because Laura would be like, yeah, they're
Yeah.
asking about this.
Yeah. Yeah, and then even April could jump in because she's doing both. She's just doing, she doesn't have a partner teaching writing.
Yeah.
So, but their lessons are 90 minutes.
Yeah, theirs are shorter.
It's 3rd grade is so long, but it's split into 2.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so it's not really split into 2 because I was looking at it because I was like, why is there 2 books? That second book that's phonics is a supplement, but the lessons are only 30 minutes long, so Haley could still do those phonics lessons. Because 2nd grade data was not fabulous. They made a lot of growth, but there's
Weren't
still
there
a lot
yet,
of red.
yeah.
Yeah, so she might want to do those phonics lessons at least for the first semester, and then everything else was still in the regular book. So it was still 120 minutes, and then the extra 30 minutes. But I thought we would talk about that with 3rd grade.
I think that would be good because Laura made up a lot of her own stuff for that type of stuff, which was fine, I
know.
think.
Yeah, but
I don't
that's
know.
just so much work
So,
if it's already there. And the supplements are phonics and spelling, or it's fluency and spelling, which when I asked Courtney what she did to get her, because her in-class reading was amazing. And she said, I did fluency every day. It takes 3 minutes. And it's built into that supplement book. So,
yeah,
yeah.
that might be good.
mhm.
Well, thank
So-
you for meeting with me.
Yeah, anytime.